So here's the Kel Tec P17, and I have a Crimson Trace 1550 red dot mounted on top of it. I made this optics mounting plate for it, see if it would run. I took it to the range today, probably put about 500 rounds through it of all sorts of different ammo, 4 or 5 different types. I'll go into a little bit more detail about what I did, but I did get some footage at the range today, so I'll go ahead and cut to that.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
So as you can see from the range footage, it cycled everything just fine. It was really reliable. I'm very pleased that it didn't mind having the little aluminum plate and this optic on the top of it. This is a great little gun. I think I paid 170 bucks for it. It's a really fun little plinker. This is a Hogue 17,000 is the part number. It's a grip sleeve, and I cut it to fit the contours of the grip a little bit better. Feels nice. Helps me get a better grip on the gun. This is a cool little optic. It's like 130 bucks, made out of polymer, super light. It uses the Shield RMSC footprint, and that's what I designed this mount plate for. But it's got a really nice, it's always on, but it's got like a really nice auto dimming feature that works really well. I've been really pleased with it. It's a great little red dot for 130 bucks. And being that it is pretty much the smallest footprint you can get and that it's all polymer, I figured it would be a nice light one to put on the top of this and see if it would function. So I've taken the optic off of this guy so we can look at it in a little bit more detail. So the plate utilizes some screws, flathead screws that are already there on the Kel Tec. They hold this polymer cover on to this bar of metal that is pretty much the slide, and then the block underneath it that houses the firing pin. So this is a 4mm thick plate, so I just got 4mm longer fasteners. The factory ones are M4 by 0.7 by 10mm. These are M4 by 0.7 by 14mm, and they are a flathead screw with a 90-degree countersink on the underside. I used M4 by 0.7 tapped holes. Those seem to be the most common ones that come with optics that utilize the Shield RMSC footprint, and then 2 4mm dowels are pressed into this, but the tops of these dowels were polished down to 3.8mm because the sockets on the Shield RMSC footprint are 3.9mm diameter. They don't protrude very much, only about 1 millimeter, and I only have them on the front, and that is so if I want to try different optics, I could also try the Holosun 407 and 507K on these, because they use a modified Shield RMSC footprint that uses only the front sockets, and they're a shallower socket. So seems to work pretty good. The 2 holes and the screws and the fasteners were already there. It was really pretty easy to get this thing set up. You can see it like clips on there nicely, even though the dowels don't stick up very much. So I don't think Kel Tec recommends putting an optic on one of these, but I figured I would give it a try. And it was pretty easy and inexpensive to make this little plate. I had a guy at my work machine it for me, so thanks to him. I did the design work on it, and worked out awesome, and it seems to be cycling reliably, as you can tell from the shooting footage with all sorts of different ammo, and I'm really happy with it. It makes this gun even more fun than it already was.